these escalations, like truly against libraries and librarians, is especially troubling now because they're very violent, right? There's bomb threats. It's similar to how extremists are whipping up threats against children's hospitals that offer healthcare to trans youth. How can we help you?
The first thing I would say is that there's something for everyone to do. If you're trying to figure out what that thing could be, the American Library Association has a public-facing campaign called Unite Against Book Bans at uniteagainstbookbans.org. And we strongly urge everyone to sign up and sign on to that initiative, partly because it will connect you to other people who care about these issues, but also because it allows us to mobilize supporters quickly when we're seeing something happen on the ground. And it also has, that website has a rich and productive, like very useful toolkit for all of the things that we think people can be doing right now. Talking points for speaking with the media about the importance of reading materials for LGBTQ plus and Black and person of color literature, how to talk at a board meeting, tips for how to be the voice when, because often like the library board will hold a hearing about some of these challenges, and it's important that we show up, crucial that we show up in numbers and we show up and we speak. How to write a letter to the editor. There are downloadable and printable yard signs to show your support for the right to read, and toolkits for organizing your neighbors to take part in the push against these book bans and the fight for the right to read. And the last thing I'll say is that we really need people who support libraries to be willing to put in the time to serve on your library board of trustees or to be a part of your library friends group. We need all the help we can get. And so look to your public library and see if they have open board seats that you could run for, try to understand how the board is governed. We need library supporters in those seats now more than ever.
What are the goals of Banned Books Week?
Sure. So Banned Books Week is an opportunity for libraries, library workers, our readers and patrons and publics, authors, publishers, everyone who cares about reading and cares about the right to read, to take a week to look around and see what happens when organized censorship attacks our capacity to exercise our freedom and liberty when it comes to what we read. And so there will be lots and lots of activities. Check out what your local library is doing, check out what your school library is doing, to see what kinds of readings and panel discussions and talks. All of us, I think, are mobilizing this week as much as we ever have been to make sure that everyone knows that censorship is wrong in American life, that it is a contradiction of our most fundamental values and what we hold most close as Americans. And it's an opportunity to celebrate reading. So if you check your local library and check the ALA website, you'll find all kinds of activities and webinars and panels. And we've got a great set of spokesmen this year for Banned Books Week. LeVar Burton is taking the lead, and Tavian Daniels is our youth ambassador, a just really fantastic organizer out of Euless, Texas, who has done extraordinary work advocating for the right to read in Texas. And then the last day of Banned Books Week is the National Day of Action, where we're asking everybody to do something. Call a friend, get a library card, bring a friend to the library to get a library card, read a book, hand a book out to someone else, call your local media and let them know how much you support, call your legislators, make sure that everybody knows that all of us want everybody to read whatever they want, and that's the vast majority of us. And so that National Day of Action, I think, is going to be really key. We want to make a big, big, loud noise that day. So check the ALA website for more information on that.
Well, Emily Drabinski, thank you for your leadership. Thank you for spending time with us here today at GLAAD. But most importantly, thank you for your vision and your tenacity, and helping us as a country remain a democracy and fight for the freedom of choice and reading and all these fundamental rights that belong to us as Americans. So thank you for your time and energy.
And thank you to the work of GLAAD, who's been doing great work since I came out to make sure that all of us see ourselves represented in American life. Thanks so much for the conversation.